Hi everyone, welcome to Monday Motivation and our digital movement that we have every single Monday. I'm coming to you 2 hours earlier than I normally do, and it's only because I'm headed to the university to see Maxine Williams, who is Facebook's head of diversity, and of course she's a Trini, and she's going to be speaking on global communities and building global communities and Facebook. So I'm really excited about that. And so I'm headed up to the university, and I wanted to do just a quick chat because I promised you that I would talk about the importance of editorial planning, editorial calendar planning when you are blogging. So, I've been communicating several organizations, and I can't begin to tell you the number of them who just operate without an editorial calendar. And I recognize when in my consulting practice, when it comes to public relations, that editorial calendars are just so extremely important because they allow communicators or those within an organization to focus on the stories that they have to tell. And it's almost like a map, right? So it sort of focuses the story on who the storyteller will be, the timing of which you want the story to be published, who will you get your quotes from, what is the angle of the story, and it really allows all the great stories within a company to emerge. So I got really good at that, and so when I started blogging, when I started forward40.com, it was really easy to translate that kind of discipline into the blogging world. So we are a lifestyle blog, and when we were brainstorming on how would we produce a content that surrounded the idea of lifestyle, how would we produce that? And we came up with the idea that our blog should be thematic, and it would be thematic around or centered on the days of the week. So what do I mean by that? We came up with the idea of Motivation Monday, Travel Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Fashion or Food Friday, and then of course we produce our newsletter every single Sunday and send to subscribers. But do you get that? How it was by centering our content around the days of the week and coming up with a thematic approach, it allowed our tiny team really to focus on exactly what kind of content, not so much the exact articles, but it allowed us to understand what topic we would be posting every single day of the week. Having decided on that overarching topic, we were then able to then focus on each Monday for the next 3 months, what story would we tell around Motivation Monday? Each Tuesday for the next 3 months, what stories would we tell? What stories would Natalie share with us with regard to Travel Tuesday? And when it came to wellness, over 3 months, what stories would we tell about wellness? Would it be about food and wellness, or fitness and wellness, or health and wellness? So I can pick each day of the week and say to you that it was important for us to have an overarching theme and then break down the topics. Now, the one thing that I want you to be aware of is that you should always plan a calendar 3 months in advance. It allows, I think, you to be agile. It allows us to be agile for certain, because things change, right? Somebody gets sick on your team and you're not able to produce, or your objectives change, or you have a project that comes in and it kind of throws off the calendar off for a little bit. For instance, this weekend we collaborated with Oscar Francois Limited, Trinidad and Tobago, and their Aunt Jackie's Curls and Coils line, and we produced video product shots. We're writing some blog posts for them, and we didn't anticipate that, so we kind of had to throw off some of the things that we had planned, just readjust them a little bit. But having the calendar allowed us to be prepared and know when we would put this piece of existing content and how we would move that forward. So I think if you plan for 120 days or like 6 months ahead, it doesn't allow for the agility that a 3-month calendar does. I also want to touch on the topic of repurposing content, and that's really a big deal for us, especially if you're working with a small team. So typically our blog posts consist of, we're a video-based blog, so we produce a lot of video content. And we also do content in long form, more than 300 words, which is the minimum that WordPress requires if you want to be an authority on a subject. So let's say in one blog post, we have a video, we have a well-written article, and we have lots of beautiful graphics that's created by Shanta. And I would say that that one blog post could generate perhaps maybe 10 to 20 pieces of content. Let me show you what I mean. Let me tell you what I mean. I could take from that article 6 quotes over separate days, over separate weeks, and repurpose from that article 6 quotes. I could take 4 of the graphics that Shanta designed and repurpose that over several different weeks. I could also take the video that I produced and I can edit it. I can edit it for 1 minute and put it on Instagram. I can edit it for 20 seconds and upload it onto Twitter. And I can repost it with the link and put it up on Facebook. And the reason why I do this is that I want to amplify the content, because I get it, Facebook and all these platforms, you really have to pay for views. And if you're working with a small budget or a non-existent budget, as most of us are, until you grow in size and brands come on board and you get your digital products going or whatever it is that you're selling, you're working with limited budget. So what repurposing content allows you to do is that it allows that same piece of content, once you link it back to the blog, it allows that same piece of content to be seen many different times. So sometimes you would go onto our Facebook platform and you would see our content shared in different ways. And that is a very deliberate strategy to amplify our content, to get more views, and to make us more visible to the audience. Content is the gasoline. The social media platforms may be the coal, but your content is the gasoline, and that's what gives your platforms the fire. So I want to really encourage you to be very strategic when looking at your content. And an editorial calendar, which for me is like a map, allows you, 1, to focus on what you're doing. It allows you, 2, to harness your resources in the most effective way. 3, it allows you to understand exactly what your audience needs at what particular time they need it, so that your content is never disruptive. So I think that's, I have so much more to say, but as I said, I have to go to the university because I'm so excited to hear Maxine. No giveaways today. I know I promised you last week, but because I have to rush, we didn't plan it well, and with everything, I like to be strategic, so I promise next week for sure. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I'm going to answer them as the week goes along. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you right here next week, Motivation Monday. I'll be back in my overalls, promise. Bye.